Hello, welcome to another episode of the Camerata Podcast. This is Andres Marquez, the host as always, and I am here today on this very sunny, nearly cloudless Saturday morning. No, afternoon. This is the afternoon. I am here with General Ed. They're a really sick SoCal bluesy rock band, and we are here to chat. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves?
All right. Yes, we're General Ed. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for having us. My name is Michael. My name is Michael. I play guitar and I sing in General Ed.
I'm George Castro. I'm the drummer of General Ed Band.
I'm Gabriel Godwin. I play lead guitar for General Ed.
And I'm Anthony Rodriguez. I'm the bass player for General Ed.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got the whole. I was about to say trio. What do you call a quattro? We got the whole quattro here.
Yes.
A quartet.
The quartet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for instantly improving my vocabulary.
No
All
problem.
right. So yeah, you as I said, y'all are a very bluesy rock band. Y'all. So first off, I do want to introduce this fact. I am not sure how we originally, came in contact, and that is a theme for almost all of the artists that I chat with on this podcast, and almost everybody I chat with on Instagram is like, how did we meet? How did this happen? I do know, however, that y'all played one of our last events at Half Off Books in Fullerton. Beautiful little bookshop that for COVID held really amazing live music events.
Yes. So, it was pretty much exactly that. Like, I remember getting a message through Instagram. I really don't remember how it started, but yeah, we started messaging, and then you asked us about playing at the Half Off Books place, and it was a great show. And it was actually our last show before everything shut down. So we have very vivid memories of that one.
Oh yeah, same here. That was a beautiful show, honestly. That was one of my favorite shows that I'd ever gotten to hold through the Camerata. We had y'all, and we had Neon Adonis. And then after that, Neon Adonis, that band backed, or parts of that band backed Megan Rose Francisco. It was a stellar show. I just can't wait for that kind of stuff to happen again. Yeah, but y'all have still been really active despite COVID conditions. Y'all released a really cool, how would you say? It's almost like a live vid. It's definitely a live vid. It's live in the studio. That's a good way to put it. And I got to listen to that I've been listening to it on and off. I really dig a lot of that stuff that y'all put, especially that Black Keys cover. I hadn't heard Black Keys in forever. But yeah, catch us up. Catch us up on some of the stuff that y'all have been up to since that fateful day in March.
Yeah, so I remember after that, or that time was actually right when we released our EP called River Canyon. It was like a little EP thing we did back in like February. And I remember like right when we released it, everything shut down. And and we kind of tried to keep it going for as long as possible. And then, during the summer, we got back together after like a couple weeks off, and we put together this live thing that we did. Yeah, we call it General Ed's Study Hall Sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it actually in our own garage. We have like this little room, like practice space in here. And we just kind of like decked it out with a bunch of lights and stuff. And yeah, we set up some mics and did our best. And that's what came out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the audio quality was really just top. It sounded great. Did y'all have somebody engineering y'all, or was it completely just general ed only?
It was DIY. We did it ourselves. We just plugged in through GarageBand with a bunch of like microphones we bought on Amazon, and then just said, "Okay, let's do it." And then Michael mixed it like later on.
Yeah, we did it all ourselves. Yeah, DIY thing.
Yeah. It's a sick sounding recording, and you've got the video up on YouTube as well as the recording itself on Spotify is probably, as well as other streaming platforms. Probably I use Spotify for the most part. But anyways, yeah. You guys got that. You guys got River Canyon. You guys have been pretty busy, and that's great to see. Have there been?
Man.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no problem.
Have there been any other projects, either general ed related or outside of that band that y'all have been taking up?
School.
I don't think so. Just school, yeah.
University, just online Zoom university. We just wake up, turn my computer on, and then go to Zoom. That's it, honestly.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, we've been trying to keep busy as the band, and whenever we take breaks, sometimes we take like a month off here and there, and we just kind of focus on writing, and we have some new songs that we're working on and stuff like that. But it's a long process, but we're just happy to be here, playing together in our garage. So yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the dreams, just to be able to create freely.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
I totally dig it. I wanted to ask, what are some of the influences that y'all draw from, both for general ed as a collective, as well as individually, musically speaking, in terms of like the artists that y'all draw from?
I think collectively, it's obviously the Black Keys is what we took a lot of inspiration from. But really, I think because all four of us have very different music tastes and, how do I put it, different aspects into what we listen to. We kind of have a melting pot of genres, whether it be blues, classic rock, even at some points grunge, if possible. But basically, we try to stay within this range of blending in the new with the old. So a very faint of, I guess, punk rock, and with those blues roots that you would mostly hear in rock, and especially in any genre too, such as C&W, country and western, and all those other cool, very distinct genres that you hear whenever any type of band makes a project.
Yeah. Exactly.
Was there, how can I put it? Was it always this specific genre of music that y'all were making, or was it sort of a experimental process that led to the point that general ed is at now?
When we were younger, like a trio, we just kind of made like whatever we could, like 3 chords. It sounded really like indie back then, because we wanted to have a sound like we do now, but we just couldn't do it yet. So for a long time, we were in the scene just kind of like playing indie 3-chord, put anything together, whatever we could. And it wasn't until like we got Anthony that we started, becoming full and sound like we do now.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So another question I want to ask, given that y'all have released a pretty wide compendium of music, I do want to ask, what's the creative process like? Like, how does songwriting happen? Is it sort of you jam out, come up with an idea, and then you form that into a song, or is it more individual songwriting, like somebody brings something to the table and then y'all, structure it from there?
I think that it starts with Michael, our frontman. Tradition. If I think for anybody who's listened to rock for a long time and who's around for bands, I think that how we kind of do it similarly. How they used to do it, where it starts off with the guitars. Mostly those are the foundation of the songwriting. So we go off from the guitars that Michael and Gabriel write. Because since they're brothers, they usually take their time to write the songs and they formulate it. And then George and I, being the rhythm section, we just pick it up. We pick up after, and we just add our parts to what they wrote on the guitars. And then pretty much, I think should be it. It's pretty simplistic, but I think listening to interviews and watching interviews from other bands that have been around since the 20th century, they've definitely have done the same. I've noticed that's always been the guitars that go first, and that's pretty much the way we do it. And I think that in rock in general, that's supposed to be how it's done. Usually it's how it's done anyways. So
yeah I think since me and Gabriel, we're actually like real brothers, so we spend a lot of time together, and we both play guitar, and we actually both songwrite. So I say it's about 50-50. Gabriel writes lyrics and I write lyrics, and then we bring them together at practice and just kind of jam it out together and fill in the spots that we didn't really have finished yet. So, yeah.
Awesome. I like that there is a clear structure to that. It must make it, if not easy, then at least cohesive when it comes to bringing new music to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah. So I want to hear about some memories of y'all's, because I've only ever seen one live show from General Ed in person, of course, and that was the half off show. I want to hear what were some of your favorite live events before the mess.
There's this one time at Chain Reaction. I think it was recently. We were 2 years ago when we were still a trio, and people started moshing to one of our songs, which we've never seen before. And they pushed my dad, and my dad pushed back, and he got really mad. He was telling us, "He's pushing me! He's pushing me!"
Oh God!
My friend showed up too from school, and so it was pretty crazy to come to school the next day, have my friend talk about it, saying "Oh my God, the show was crazy," because we've never really had a massive crowd, but there's a bunch of young teenagers. They just showed up and they partied, man.
Yeah, that sounds rad. Chain had I played a few shows at Chain, and it's typically a good time.
I do have a story about half off actually, because I know your voice sounded familiar because I was the one who introduced you, since we never really got an introduction.
Yeah.
Oh.
Since then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I knew you sound familiar, but that was that was great. Yeah, I had to introduce you to and give you a thank you, because that was the first time I think anyone has given the band a full introduction before we started, and we played at bars and House of Blues and all that stuff, and that was a really welcoming introduction. I had to shout it out, but I do have a story about what happened after that.
Oh no!
And it's pretty revealing, but basically it was my birthday on that day, on that gig, on that show at Half Off Records, and I was blessed to be there. And after we finished the set, I was with my mom and I, and we had to celebrate somehow. So after that show, since it's in Fullerton, correct? I think right down the street there is Roscoe's Deli. I'm not sure if you know.
Yeah.
So I went there to eat, and it looked really good. Oh God! But basically, what happened was that I see as my mom and I are eating, there's a roadie, I guess, or I thought it was a roadie at first. So he has a flight case. He's got his big amplifier case and whatnot. And my mom and I are seeing a table or two across from the stage, right? And he's setting up, and he's getting ready. And I have a conversation with him, saying, "Oh, what do you do?" He's like, "Yeah, I do. I make the guitars," and he's a tech for the band, right? And I had a good 10-minute conversation with him, because I told him I just got back from a gig as well. I just got back from a show, and so I think half an hour passes by. We're still there eating, and we're like, let's wait. Let's see this band. We'll see when they show up, right? And that passes, and they all get there, and they look normal, right? Casual, plain clothes, like kind of what we wear, I guess.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes after that, they're there and they get ready, and I start seeing all these they're kind of familiar to the White Stripes. They have all this red and white going on with their equipment and their drums and their amplifiers. I forgot the name, But basically, after they get set up, they come out, right? They go somewhere to change, right? And they all come out, and they have like these 80s spandex type physical education clothing, like the Loverboy band, like what they used to wear.
Yeah.
It was so inappropriate. I couldn't believe it. And it turns out that roadie that I talked to, he was a guitarist for that band, and these guys were all wearing like the short shorts up to their thighs and just playing all those 80s songs, and they were literally just being inappropriate. And the fact that I talked to him too. Later in the show, they started playing, going into set, and they started doing the stupid, chair dancing on laps and whatnot. And so,
What?
I'm pretty sure what happened was that the guitarist told the front man that I was just a random talking to him at the time, and he said, "Go do it to that guy." And what do you know? As I'm eating, I'm listening to the music. He goes behind me in my chair and just starts dry humping me in the back, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And everyone's just getting a laugh at it. And that was a night that I couldn't believe that was all after half off books, and to this day I've not. This is the first time I'm talking to the band because I didn't want to. That was crazy. I couldn't believe that those guys were that band was the one playing that night, and I talked to the guitarist. Like it was insane. That was horrible, but props to them. That was a good act. I did not suspect that at all. That was insane.
That's fucking rad.
Birthday present right there.
Oh my god, that's insane. I kind of wish I knew who this band was.
I forgot their name. It was a long name. It was some kind of 80s name, obviously, because all they played was 80s hard rock. But oh my god! But just look up, try to find if you can see if like the band that wears all red and they wear like tight shorts and tank tops and look all lover boy type. It was insane. But yeah, that was a night. That was the night after half off. That was crazy. I can't believe and to this day I have not told the band that happened after we played that show.
Probably when there was one time when sadly Anthony wasn't there at the time, but we went to Berkeley to go perform like a little show, and it was honestly pretty sick. Just like going there, like the road trip. How many hours was the drive? 6 hours. 6 hours. 6 hour drive. Like we were all crammed up in the car, and like all the equipment. Like just think about it. Like all our equipment is in the car, and we're in the car, and we're just gonna do a 6 hour drive. Like
it's like a 30-minute show too.
Our backs were dying and everything, and just seeing everything and just because I've never been to Berkeley either. So it was a pretty cool experience going over there and performing. It was probably one of my favorite memories.
Nice. Would you all ever consider like a road trip kind of tour, like a West Coast thing or anything like that?
Yeah, we want to. We really want to do another road trip.
Yeah, that's a big dream of mine. I'd love to tour, honestly. It sounds like a fucking trip.
Yeah, just like experiencing everything or just some crazy shit happening.
I think I gained like 3 pounds on that trip too because it was just a big drive and fast food. And it was crazy, man.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I can't think of another one.
Oh, I think I have one more actually.
Okay, Michael.
One more.
If you don't mind, can you get a bit closer to the mic?
Yes.
There we go. Thank you.
All right, yeah, there was one time, I think it was also when we were trio, but it was like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and we went to this place called the Doll Hut in Anaheim.
Ooh, Doll Hut.
Doll Hut, and it's a very tight space. Not the best place to play, but
it was late.
It was super late. It was probably like around midnight almost, and there was maybe like 5 or 6 people in the crowd, and this guy is wasted, dude, just walked right up to Gabriel, and then I think it was right before we're about to play our song Wicked Woman, because it's like a blues song.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Oh man, you guys don't know how to play the blues. Come on, guys, you don't know how to play the blues."
Y'all never suffered. We're sitting there. I think you introduced it. Like, oh, we're gonna play a blues song now, and he just screamed like, "You don't know how to play the blues." you can't do that. And then we started playing, and he started walking up and like looking at our guitars. He's like, yeah. And he started like bobbing his head, and he's dropping his beard and stuff. And we're like, oh my god! And he was getting really close. He was like right in our faces. I was like, oh my goodness. And he eventually just left. He just walked away, and he was really nice about it. Like he calmed down. He's all right, cool.
That was definitely an experience right there.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't think I've ever had an experience like that playing live where somebody was just like extremely rambunctious in their drunkenness.
Yeah.
Oh, he was drunk. He was like wasted.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's what we got for the stories.
Oh, that's all cool. I love it. Like a lot of people just going up to you and being very close in proximity to y'all.
Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah. So if you don't mind us shifting gears, I did kind of want to ask as well. You said that you're working on some new music at the moment. What do you feel is going to be? How do you say? What do you feel is the roadmap for the next few months or up to a year even? Like, where do y'all want to take general ed?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a difficult question, honestly, because I mean, like, yeah, because with COVID and all that stuff, we've been kind of just trying to stay together and I don't know, just work on songs live in the garage as many times as we can. But it's kind of been a slow process, very gradual. Yet we can't really meet like every day, but yeah, I'd say like in the near future at least, we're gonna keep on trying to write songs and develop them, and hopefully record them again, and maybe work on an album. I'm not really sure, but yeah, that's kind of what we see in the future.
We're hoping that when shows come back, we can play a good like 5 to 10. Because for a while before COVID, we had a lot of shows like in a row. Like we don't usually get that many shows. We had like 4 or 5 like in a 2 month time span. It was like, oh my god.
We were playing back to back almost every weekend
nice.
night. Yeah, it was crazy. It was an experience that I surely did miss it, and I think all of us did too.
Or the DBA shows, those were cool. We all love DBA in Pomona. There's this bar.
Oh, sick!
Yeah, we got like
that place is awesome.
Oh, it was that. Oh my god, that's another story. We had one at this bar called Donovan's. It's like right down the street from DBA.
Yeah.
Like there's like a club under it or something. So we were playing really loud, and everyone started coming up and like watching us. And there's like this bar right next to us, and they're just like looking at us, and it was like super uncomfortable, but like really cool at the same time. And it was crazy. Like Pomona rocks, dude. Like they get pretty lit over there, man. They really do.
Yeah, Pomona has some amazing art venues. If y'all are ever playing up there again, or if y'all ever, I guess, have the opportunity, I would check out Artist in the Alley. They're always holding these banging little alley shows. And I'd also check out, no, PBW is not there anymore, unfortunately. Rest in peace to Pizza Beer Wings.
Yeah.
Where else? I mean, I guess this is more of like I'll check this out kind of show, Noise Bug.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, they strictly do like synth-based, like live music stuff, which is amazing, honestly. I love that idea because they sell synthesizers and they sell electronic music instruments. It's so fucking rad. Yeah, big shout out to Noise Bug as well.
Yeah, sick. Yeah, we'll definitely check those out in the future.
Hell yeah. Are there any folks in your creative community that y'all want to shout out? Because we have this kind of section typically at the end of our podcast, but I'll put it here. Why not? We have this section where we just kind of say, give a big old hey to people in our creative communities, artists or venues or people that we respect and who inspire us. So if y'all want to shout them out, just give them the old props.
I have one. Shout out to the Flying Cruisers if they ever hear this one.
Last night I saw you standing solo by the wall.
Porcelain Hill for sure. us, obviously, but we really like them. We saw them live. One of the last shows we played at DBA, and they were super good. Like it felt like a real concert, like really big and powerful and full. It was like super good. So
They're like our blues older brothers.
yeah,
Yeah.
We actually opened up for them the show before Half Off Books at DBA, and that was really fun. So
Nice.
yeah. Anybody else?
I think Paradise Drive. That was at the House of Blues.
Oh yeah. Paradise Drive. Yeah.
Which one was that? San Diego. Yeah, there was.
they were good.
Yeah, Paradise Drive is really good. Shout out to them.
Yeah, those guys. Those guys rock out. Yeah, some great guys. And I think one more. I think a band called Ivy and the Warshanks.
Oh, the
Rorschachs.
Rorschachs.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, they actually helped us out for a couple of shows. They actually booked us, and they're actually really good. And they're a fellow rock band too. So
Yeah, they helped us out with a good 3 or 4 shows that we played with them. They're super friendly and nice, and it was just a good time.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Did you say that was at the House of Blues?
Yes, I did. Yeah, that was at November 2019, I believe, or August. It was around the summer or fall, but it was that was a show we did at San Diego.
Gaslight.
That was like my second show with you guys too.
Yeah, it was really good.
That was really crazy. But
Sound system was nice.
yeah, and then there was like there was that Metallica cover band before us too that was setting up, and they got the bigger room, and they were just looking at everybody at the street saying, "Who are these guys?" And yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah,
it's
that
always
was
so weird to see those like big cover bands walk in like their Marshall stacks, and we're sitting there like little Fender champion amps. Like, hey,
yeah.
all right.
Well, that's sick though. I've always wanted to play the House of Blues. It's a really cool chain of venues, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. It's like a chain almost.
Yeah. I think we played House of Blues Anaheim like twice.
What? Oh,
And-
that's rad.
And then, we're lucky enough to go to San Diego in 2019. That was probably the most fun experience. But yeah, they have a beautiful sound system over there. Much better than what we're used to, like in a bunch of bars and stuff.
Yeah, I remember going to the one in Anaheim before it moved out of downtown Disney.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I wish he was still there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, same.
I always wanted to play in like Disneyland or something.
Yeah.
It's just sick.
The one in downtown Disney, because all of them look modern now. And I remember the one in downtown Disney looked very, very, New Orleans.
Yeah, it was super old.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah, it was
Cajun.
fucking rustic.
I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, the modern one, it was Garden Grove, Garden Walk, or something like that. It's nice. It's just really like
It's just
cubic.
modern.
Yeah, looks very modern and pristine and polished. I was like, it's cool. It's just the old one was all wooden and
Yeah.
rusty and awesome. I miss that stuff.
Yeah, I think that's one of the only metal shows I ever went to. The House of Blues show, first year of high school. I got the chance to see Anthrax there.
Oh my god.
It was fucking insane. They played all of Among the Living, and I was so fucking like,
That's cool.
oh. I almost died in the mosh, but yes.
Oh, the mosh must have been brutal.
God.
Yeah, it's not like that big of a place either. Like House of Blues is like relatively big, but still like for a mosh, like the floor was so fucking crowded.
Just start cracking the floor, man. 'Cause I'm telling you.
It was a party, man. It was Anthrax, Municipal Waste opened up for them.
Oh, okay.
Sick. House of Blues. Rest in peace to the original
Yeah.
Downtown
Rip,
Disney.
man.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to Downtown Disney before fucking COVID? It's fucking
banging.
insane right now.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm a big Disneyland nerd, so I've been there a lot, like all the time.
Did you go recently? Because I went 2 weeks.
we
Yeah, I went
recently,
2 weeks
just
ago.
during the COVID time.
Yeah.
Like just with our masks on, it was totally fine. It was sad because you can walk up to the Disneyland gates and they're closed, and
Yeah.
it's like no.
But there's a line everywhere at downtown district. There's just so many lines. You just have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane.
You can't even get into like World of Disney. You have to like sit there
Yep.
to shop and just
Mhm.
wait, and then you finally get in. And it's like a madhouse. Everyone's like, "Get that cup, get this, go."
Oh my god. Man, I haven't been to Downtown Disney in forever. I'm not like a big like shopping kind of person, but I love the fucking restaurants.
Oh yeah, they're
Fucking
really
amazing.
good. I just like to buy useless things.
I
I'll buy
Yeah.
anything that has like a Mickey Mouse on it. I want it right now. You know?
love that. Oh my god. Well, so we're going to be winding down the cast as of now. I have a recording session to be at soon. So did kind of want to say before y'all go, before we go, is there anything that you want to, announce? Is there anything you want to kind of shout out? Or is there any just final words that you want to give to the folks who will be watching this?
Oh, man. It's stressful. I guess just stay strong during COVID. We're almost there. These vaccines are rolling out, and the music scene won't die because there will always be bands that will support each other and help each other. Yeah. And hopefully, when we come back, we can all see each other again and have good shows and keep the scene going. As long as we can.
Yeah, and thank you to those who would go to our shows, and thank you to those who still listen to our music. We do it because of you guys, and we do it because we feel that our years and experiences of instrumental practice hopefully pays off, and we're happy that I don't want to say our fans, but our listeners do support us, and they like what they hear, and we plan to we're still practicing right now, so we plan to keep producing more and giving more out there. That way we can hopefully when COVID is over with, we're still strong. We're still as we were before COVID happened and whatnot. But yeah, thank you to everybody who listens to us. We really do appreciate it, and we appreciate you out there as well.
Hell yeah, I love that. Gratitude is strong here.
Oh yeah,
yes, definitely.
Yeah, that reminds me. That reminds me of my friend Alan. He's the lead singer and guitarist for a band called Las Ritas. Super cool indie band. And we were talking a while back, and we were just talking about, what do you think's going to happen after COVID? Like, once it's safe. And he's just like, there's going to be a big fucking music scene renaissance.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you're right. Everybody's just going to be throwing shows left and right. It's going to be fucking insane.
Yeah.
And I look forward to that so much.
I can't wait.
I can't stop thinking about that conversation.
Yeah, I can't wait until it all just comes back and all the artists come back, all the musicians, and we all just have a big creative explosion of sound.
It's going to be spilling out onto the streets.
It'll be the 1920s for music.
Oh my God. I hope not, because after 4 or 5 years, the 1920s became the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's a bit less volatile than that point in time. Yeah, but still, I get you, man. I can't wait for the roaring 2020s.
Yeah. The techno swing.
Oh my God, yeah. Fucking Caravan Palace. No, Caravan. What is it called? Caravan Palace? Yeah. Really. Oh my God. Whenever I hear electro swing, that's the only song I know in that genre, and that's all I think about. All right, we'll call it here. Thank you to everybody for listening. This is the Camerata Podcast. Once again, you can find it on YouTube, and you can find us on Instagram at Camerata Los Angeles. Thank you all again, and we will catch you on the flip side with another episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.